Evan Hyde, Oscar Clark, and Tommy Nankervis. RealCyclist.com being directed by the one and only Gord Fraser.
Woo!
The one and only Gord Fraser is right. The Canadian Olympian. This man won more races in North America during our time, Brad, than anyone I can remember. But I got to come down here and maybe Cesar, because I think that Francisco speaks a little more English sometimes than he lets on. But Cesar Grajales is a great story. Going back to the Tour de Georgia, Cesar is a Colombian who came over racing in the mid-2000s, and he was the man that beat Lance Armstrong up Brasstown Bald back in 2004. It was an amazing ride. Scott Moniger in that group as well, and that was really for the Jittery Joe's team, which was another team that really punched above their weight. And Cesar made his mark there, and he's become a huge part of the lexicon of American racing. Cesar, that was a magical day, wasn't it, Georgia?
Yeah, it was a great day, and a day that pretty much changed my life as a cyclist here in the United States.
It really did. And this man next to you is a great story. Throughout this year, he has absolutely dominated. He has, I'll use words that Francisco doesn't even know, like pulverized. Because it has been brutal what he has done. And you go back to the early start of the season at the San Dimas stage race, that was when these guys really kicked it in. And then Redlands, it was one of the most exciting races we've had up till the Larry H. Miller Tour of Utah. And Francisco Mancebo, this man has not only been the Spanish national road champion, he's been in the top 5 at the Tour de France. He's also been on the podium at his home tour, the Vuelta a España. This is one of, if not the best cyclist racing today. So Francisco is also a winner here at the Tour of Utah. You came to win, I have to believe, but the strongest field, it's going to be harder this year. And Cesar, help me if we need it, okay? But it is going to be harder to win this year than ever before. Do you think that's true?
Well, I think we can win this.
No, I think that you can win as well. And hey, Cesar, maybe help me a little bit. But along the way, do you guys have people cheering in Spanish for you in Utah as well? Have you you've raced here in Utah? There's maybe not so much in the South, in Georgia where you live, but I have a feeling maybe you guys have some special fans here as well.
Yeah, it's always a great Hispanic community everywhere we go, and here in Utah as well. So we're hoping to have everybody involved with cheering for the team, and not only for us, but also for our friends from Colombia, from the Colombian team.
Yeah, and it is very cool to have Oscar Sevilla racing back in the United States. Are you excited to race with him again?
Yes, Sevilla and the team is, I think, the more hard team for Utah. Yeah, maybe a hard race with them here.
Yeah, well, you know, it's interesting. As the Colombians have always been known as some of the best climbers in the world. Gord has always been known as one of the fastest men in the world. Gord, real quickly, I know your sponsor, RealCyclist, has really made a big move into the sport this year, and obviously the success has been coming leaps and bounds for you guys. But interesting to see a guy who was such a great sprinter directing a team of GC guys. What do you know about GC racing, Gord?
Good question, Dave. Well, I was a part of quite a few winning teams in general classification over the years, so I had to do a lot of the grunt work when I wasn't responsible for winning races. But, you know, Paco and Cesar certainly headline this team, RealCyclist, but all these young riders to my right, they've had a lot to do with our success this year. They've really developed as a team, and we've implemented our strategies very well, and they've raced so hard all year, and we just want to culminate it in front of our hometown sponsors. This is a Utah-based company, RealCyclist.com, and their big brother, Backcountry, and we just want to make them proud.
Well, and you know what, you already have, Gord, just so you know, and like, I'll point to that young man, Ian Burnett, who made me proud at the U.S. Pro Road Time Trial Championships this year. Maybe out at Miller Motorsport Park, Ian has his top 5 ride here in Tour of Utah.
Yeah, I mean, it could be a situation where, you know, all season long these guys have had to ride the front in defense of a yellow jersey for Paco, because he's always gotten the jersey so early in all the races we've done. But I mean,
good problem to have, but it's making these kids tough, isn't it?
Absolutely, it's really gristled them up as riders. But hopefully, you know, if we don't have the jersey, there's still positives. My riders can actually sit in the bunch for a change and not be swapping off on the front. And hopefully they can show themselves a little bit more in terms of their own results.
Thanks a lot, Gordon. These guys look like they've done some hard work this year, and you actually have. RealCyclist is going to be in the mix, and certainly watch out for these two when the road goes uphill. Have a great race, gentlemen. That's RealCyclist.com.
Yeah, looking forward to watching Francisco Mancebo, obviously.